Welcome, everybody, to Circle Back to You. I'm your host, Jason Wilson. Today, we have our esteemed business coach and speaker, Lyndsay Dowd. Lyndsay, welcome to the show again.
Hey, Jace, good to be back.
It's great to have you. Lyndsay, words are so powerful. And when it comes to leaders giving feedback to their employees, it can literally make or break your business. So how can this be done, Lyndsay?
Well, I think what leaders need to remember is how you deliver feedback is as important as the feedback itself. And we talk about this unbelievable concept of radical candor, and people really misused what this was. People thought radical candor by saying, oh, I use radical candor. That's my ability to be brutally honest. That's just my style. And what happened was these leaders would deliver feedback with abandon and not take into consideration someone's headspace when that feedback was being delivered. And that could be extremely damaging. And I'll give you a really good example. I worked for a boss and I had to do this very important call. We finished the call and she said to me, I don't like how you did that. I don't like how you represented the company. I don't like how you represented yourself. You better fix it for the next time. Well, how do you think I did the next time? I was terrible. I sucked. I was so anxious. I couldn't rely on my instincts. I couldn't rely on my sense of humor, my ability to read people. All of it went right out the window because I was so worried about the words coming out of my mouth. Now, had we had a moment where we were building trust, which we did not have, but if we were building trust, she could have said instead, how do you think that call went? And I could have been honest and I could have said, I didn't like how I did this part. I liked what I said here, but maybe for the next time, I'd like to role play a little with you and get this part right. Or we would have had a much more productive dialogue about ways to improve. So that's kind of the important thing to remember. And oh, by the way, there's a very triggering statement that managers kind of goof on. And when they say, okay, if I give you some feedback, people are not ready for that feedback because they assume it's going to be negative. If it's positive, you don't ask. If it's positive, you just deliver it. Hey, I love the way you said that. I love the way you spoke to the client. I love the way you got them to think. And I love how they responded to your question. Nobody's asking permission to give you positive feedback. So think about how you deliver it. It's so, so, so important.
Wow, that is awesome advice. And I'm sure that leaders are going to get so much value from that. You have a great workshop coming up on June the 20th. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so every month I offer a Hone Your Voice with LinkedIn workshop. And it's kind of wordy, but it basically is telling people, let me help you zhuzh your profile. I know so many executives that know they need to fix their profile. It's been their online resume for years, and they know they need to do more with it. And for any of you that have a teeny tiny title next to your name that just says account executive or vice president of business development or whatever, this is for you. So what I do is I break down how to build your LinkedIn profile in a way that gets you noticed. There's all kinds of power in this platform. And most of the people come out of these classes with their eyes bulging, going, oh my gosh, I had no idea. And the truth is, it is not just a place to house your online resume. You and I both know this is a platform for expertise. And it is so important that you have a voice. We always say there's no such thing as job security. There's only career security. And I know people who felt enormously secure in their jobs and were just recently laid off. So this is really for anybody that's looking for a new job, anybody that knows they need to fix their LinkedIn profile. It's an hour. We spend, I think, 45 minutes on content, very interactive. I leave 15 minutes for questions. I really try and personalize it for everyone in the room. And if you can't make the class, you can attend the replay. You can play that anytime for yourself.
Oh, sounds wonderful. Okay, so how can people sign up?
Super easy. So first, you can just connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to take any and all connections, and I certainly am connected to the workshop there. Or you can go to my website at heartbeatforhire.com/workshop.
Lyndsay, thank you so much for being on our show again. We look forward to seeing you next time. Take care, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Jace.